Ladies and gentlemen, today we are climbing onto a 1958 Porsche Diesel Junior tractor, the rare machine that proves Porsche was not only about sleek sports cars. This is Porsche in work boots, red paint, beige wheels, diesel rhythm, and agricultural confidence. And before this little German tractor chugs away, please subscribe to the channel. It helps us keep digging up forgotten machines that your neighbor will swear he already knew about, even though he learned it 3 seconds ago. The Junior belongs to the Porsche diesel tractor family, built in Germany during the post-war years when farms needed machines that were compact, tough, and economical rather than flashy. Porsche Diesel Junior tractors were produced in short and long wheelbase versions between 1957 and 1961, and this 1958 example is the long wheelbase 108 liters. That L matters because even in the tractor world, somebody wanted extra length without turning it into a parade float. The Porsche diesel name came from a period when engineering ideas connected with Ferdinand Porsche's wider industrial legacy were applied to farm machinery. By the late 1950s, European agriculture was still modernizing. Many small farms were moving away from horses, but they did not always need a giant tractor. They needed something manageable, reliable, and economical, a machine for fields, hauling yard work, and small-scale farming. This Junior was reportedly purchased out of Germany in 2020 and refurbished that same year. The body and chassis were refinished in red, while the steel wheels were painted beige with red hubs. The combination is German farm elegant, serious enough for work, cheerful enough for a postcard, and bright enough that Bob would accuse it of being a tracking device, because nothing red is ever innocent. The available information does not give a production total for the 108 liters specifically, and it also does not provide a reliable survival number. That is normal with working tractors. They pulled, dragged, carried, sat outside, got repaired with whatever was near the barn, and kept going. If a machine like this survives with its data plate, badges, and working equipment intact, that is already a victory over mud, rust, and every uncle who thought a hammer was a diagnostic tool. Technically, the Juniors is simple in the best possible way. Power comes from an air-cooled 822 cubic centimeter diesel single-cylinder engine, factory-rated at 14 horsepower. That is not sports car power, but a tractor is not trying to impress a valet outside a hotel. It is trying to pull steadily, run economically, and keep working while the driver argues with weather, soil, and prices. The air-cooled layout means fewer cooling complications, useful for dusty farm jobs. The engine is paired with a dual-range 3-speed manual transmission. That gives the tractor 6 forward speeds and 2 reverse speeds, which is more choice than some politicians give voters. Power is sent to the rear wheels through a portal axle, useful for ground clearance and low speed strength. The controls are direct: a throttle, a shifter, a transmission range selector, and separate brake pedals. No touchscreen, no update, no voice assistant asking if you meant plow or play jazz. Stopping is handled by independent rear drum brakes. Equipment includes headlights, taillights, turn signals, a hinged rear-opening engine cover, bright grille and hood trim, Porsche diesel badges, an adjustable rear drawbar, front and rear pin hitches, plus rear and mid-mounted power take-off shafts. The operator sits on a spring-suspended steel seat painted beige and red, with Porsche diesel script across the back. Ahead of the driver is a black three-spoke steering wheel and a simple instrument panel with ignition and starter controls, a temperature gauge, and a headlight switch. This tractor has no hour meter, so its total runtime is unknown. The design philosophy of the 1958 Porsche diesel Junior is wonderfully honest. Nothing on this tractor is pretending to be decorative nonsense. The red bodywork, beige steel wheels, bright trim, simple badges, hinged hood, and exposed controls all say the same thing. We came here to work, not to pose beside a cafe. Yet it still has charm. Porsche could put dignity into a tractor the same way it put purpose into a sports car. Different speed, same seriousness. The long-wheelbase Junior has a useful little stance, narrow, upright, compact and confident. The fenders frame the rear wheels like shoulders on a small boxer, and the red and tan spring seat looks more stylish than it has any right to be. Add the fender-mounted jump seat, and suddenly this farm machine becomes social transport. Of course, I would not let Timmy sit there with a sandwich and big dreams because he would call it first class and then ask where the cup holder is. It has headlights, turn signals, taillights, dual power takeoffs, front and rear pin hitches, a drawbar, and a proper instrument panel. It is not luxurious, but it is not primitive either. It gives the operator what is needed and then stops talking. Compared with larger farm tractors of the late 1950s, the Junior was not built for giant fields or heavy industrial work. Its 822 cubic centimeter, 14 horsepower diesel single made it a small farm machine suited to careful jobs, tight yards, light pulling, utility work, and economical daily use. But against older animal power or very basic machines, it offered proper mechanical independence. It could run all day without asking for oats, compliments, or a union meeting. This is also why collectors enjoy these tractors now. They are not merely agricultural tools anymore. They are conversation pieces. Put one beside a Porsche sports car at a show, and people smile because the family resemblance is not in the shape, but in the thinking, light, mechanical, purposeful, and proudly German. One went to the road, the other went to the field, but both knew exactly what they were made to do. Before the prices, we should give this little tractor proper respect. The 1958 Porsche Diesel Junior is charming because it carries the Porsche name without acting expensive, arrogant, or fragile. It is a working machine with a famous badge, but it does not behave like a celebrity. It just sits there in red paint, ready to pull, tow, run a power takeoff, or make every car show visitor say, "Wait, Porsche made tractors." That moment alone is worth half the fun. Now the price section must be honest. The supplied information says this tractor was purchased out of Germany in 2020, refurbished and later sold on Bring a Trailer in October 2025, but it does not provide the original 1958 price, the final batch sale price, the highest known auction sale, or a verified current auction average. So we should not invent numbers just to make the story shinier. For this specific article, the correct price note is simple. Original price not supplied, October 2025, Bring a Trailer result, not supplied in the provided text, highest auction sale, not supplied, and average current auction value not supplied. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever meet a Porsche Diesel Junior, do not ask it why it is not a 911. Ask it how many honest days it has worked. This red little diesel is proof that engineering pride can live in a field just as well as on a racetrack.